A pleasant good afternoon to this beautiful country, Guyana.
So it's been a while before since I have acknowledged you, the lovely people, that takes the time to tune into the Uncensored Guyana, Dr. Love Prasad, Uncensored. Before I get into the program today, while the others are tuning in, it is Saturday, and usually Saturday people would have slept over Friday night. So today they're still in bed. They forget that they need to be here on YouTube Live to be a part of the audience. You need to come to church so you hear what God has in mind and store for you. I'm your bishop. I guess I have to take that role as well to bring you the truth when it comes to Guyana and the Guyanese situation. But let's converse. Let us converse for a moment. We have often said that and heard that politics is a dirty game. The same way we hear as a child, I'm repeating stuff that I've heard as a child, which is teeth and tongue must bite, meaning your teeth and your tongue will from time to time get into a conflict. What they're saying, or what that is supposed to mean, is that some things are inevitable. You can't prevent it. I have experienced my teeth and tongue biting. I've experienced that. But I'll tell you what, do you know how I have experienced that? It is because of one factor: talking whilst I'm eating. Against the fact that my folks taught me, do not speak during the masticating of your food. Don't talk while you're chewing. Don't talk while you're eating. I've learned that as a kid. One of the things that my father would do is whenever we're sitting, and one of us are trying to have a conversation whilst the rest of us are eating, he would stop that brother or sister and say, okay, I realize that you're not hungry. Why don't you go cover your food and you can come back and talk to the rest of them? And if somebody returns an answer while you're talking, they will get up as well. Because if you're hungry, your focus will be only on enjoying the food before you. And you can't enjoy the food if you're busy talking while you're eating. Hence, you are going to bite your tongue. So I thought I could do both. And it happens maybe twice in my life. I am busy eating and trying to do a lot of things at the same time. And I bit my tongue, and I can tell you, it makes no sense regretting after you bit your tongue whilst you're eating. Makes no sense. You can't reverse. Regretting doesn't mean you can reverse the pain that comes after biting your tongue. The moral in that is, if you follow the rules, if you follow table etiquette and shut up and eat, chances are you would never experience biting your tongue. So teeth and tongue must bite, but it doesn't mean it has to be you. Politics, we've heard, is a dirty game. But who makes it dirty? Who play the rules according to their own standard? There is a universal rule and discipline when it comes to politics. Politics is all about order, polls, policies, governance, government, structure, law and order. That's what politics is about. So there should be nothing dirty about politics if those who practice politics according to the rules. Then politics is an interesting area, a beautiful field to pursue, an exciting career if you follow the rules. But if you as an individual is dirty, if you as an individual is nasty, immoral, corrupt, deceitful, you are a vagabond, a loser, a lunatic, an imbecile. If that describes you as an individual, and you as an individual decide to pursue the game of politics, that's when it gets dirty, because you get involved. And when you get involved, you bring your personality to the game and you corrupt the others who are involved there. That's how come politics is labeled as dirty. So decent-minded people, their first reaction is, I don't want to get involved. Politics is not for me. It's too crookish. It's nasty. It's too corrupt. I don't want to get involved. So when you decide to get involved in politics, and you have to come to that conclusion that politics is terrible, ask the question, who made it terrible? And what kind of politics are you referring to? Because politics is a word. What it represents, like I've said before, it's associated with secular governance, government, like religion. A lot of people have the same sentiments. I don't want to get involved in religion. People are too sensitive. It's corrupt. So much lies. It's the same thing. But politics and religion, the two doctrines by themselves, are pure. It is those who apply the tenets of these two areas, they're the corrupt ones. And they make the whole thing seem corrupt, but it's not. Every citizen is a politician. That's why you vote. The fact that you vote, you are a politician. But to get in government, it's a different thing. Guyana. Is Guyana a real place? I ask myself after I came across let me acknowledge some of the nice folks here on the chat, on the live. We have Ann H. It's been a while. Enjoy my meal. Well, I'm not having a meal right now. I guess that's later. Could not, greetings Nina, greetings Ann H. Could not shake or feet. My dad says yes. Oh, I get it. Enjoy your meals. Yes, of course, of course. No, I get it. Yes, you refer, yes. Lynette Singh, good afternoon, politician. Paro Rambarak, good afternoon. Rupnarayan Shaw, good afternoon. Devika Ramrose, Paul Gangaram, Lynette Singh, Nicole Edmond, good afternoon to all you lovely, lovely people. Salome, Patricia Lal, Sandeep, greetings to all of you. Let's get back to the whole corrupt stuff. So I came across this very funny, I must say, what is labeled as press conference. You have a conference with the press. And the person who officiated in the press conference, that individual holds the position as co-founder of the Azruddin Mohammed's We Invest in Negro Party. He is the vice presidential candidate for the Azruddin Mohammed We Invest in Negro Party. He is the finance manager for the Azruddin Mohammed We Invest in Negro Party. And he happens to be the press secretary for the Azruddin Mohammed We Invest in Negro Party. When Doggy presented himself on a so-called press conference. Isn't there a press association in Guyana who can maybe write a ticket to the Win party for embarrassing the whole meaning to have a press conference? Can they just send them a ticket? Can they make a report? What happened to the ERC? Doesn't the ERC jurisdiction covers press decency? And don't they have jurisdiction over that? Why can't somebody call them and say, hey, look what's happening here? Look at this guy. No, the word guy is a kind of friendly term. You refer to somebody of a certain social standing. Look at this lunatic. Doggy, this lunatic. Look at what he is doing. He is embarrassing the whole name press conference. Oh, and secondly, good citizens of Guyana, good PPP supporters. Secondly, now I have an eye for detail. And like I said, my mind is sophisticated. When people send me certain videos, I don't click on them. When I look at the characters who are supposed to be bringing or whatever they're saying, I don't click on them. I don't want the song of their voice to enter my ears because they are so horrible. They are so terrible. The people who I would spend time actually listen to the entire broadcast or press conference when it comes to the Guyanese community on the political level is Bharat Jagdeo, Irfan Ali, and sometimes Anil Nandalal. But I listen to Jagdeo and Ali because what they say is consistent with what they do. And they make sense. I don't feel stupid when I listen to these guys. So I had to subject myself. Someone begged me, please, Dr. Love, can you please just listen? I understand. If you have an aspirin close by, take it first. Then listen to Doggy. I said, okay. I need to listen so I can react to that. Fellow Guyanese, first of all, it was not a press conference. It was staged. It was a makeshift stage or a TikTok set to pretend like he's holding a press conference. All fake. He was real. There were two individuals in that room, and the rest were idiots. I'm sure Azruddin Mohammed was also there. Because when Doggy allegedly took up his phone, not allegedly, he actually took it up. When he took up his phone, Azruddin was reminding him about what to say because he didn't have a script. And even if he had a script, he couldn't read. So when he talked about press conference, the first thing I need to let you understand, it was not a press conference. It was a whole gimmick. These guys are jokers. They're jokers and they're making fun of this. This is where it's gone. This is how far it's gone. It becomes funny now to them. It's a joke. It's an embarrassment. Not to them, but it's an embarrassment to me because I'm associated with that country. And on a world stage where you have those lunatics who are in an actual political party contesting an actual legitimate elections, and this is the gimmick that they're pushing before the world, and you wonder why still Guyana has a stain. And like I've said before, whenever Guyana is trending, it's always them fucking Negroes that are pushing that negativity, distastefulness. So when you ask somebody, well, you know about Guyana? Yes, of course. Oh, that thing with that, oh, that, always negative. So when you hear Doggy, first of all, it was ill-advised. I thought they usually pay for their services, or they cannot recruit professional coaches. Because if they could have recruited professional coaches, they could get somebody to direct a scene for them. Pay a professional. Say, hey, okay, we're going to stage this. This is how you do it. This is how you speak. This is what you do. The first thing is the guy's appearance was a fucking joke. He is an embarrassment. This is why I decide today to wear a t-shirt. I mean a jersey. Because when I saw what Doggy tried to do, to wear a fucking blazers with a tie, and it was so humiliating. I can't believe. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. This is my mode of dress. He's making a fool out of the fucking appearance. The guy looked like a junkie that just had his first day in rehab. It's like a mixture of rum, alcohol, fucking marijuana, cocaine, a whole mixture. He smoked and get high. Then somebody dressed him, some other junkie woman dressed him and say, you're ready now for the camera. Ugly in a suit. Gosh, man. Do like Norton, doggy. Do like Norton. Norton knows wearing a suit makes him look more fucking ugly, so he doesn't. He leaves that for the people who actually looks good in suits. I mean, what happened to your boss? Well, he stops wearing suits? Or he outgrew his suits? It was such an embarrassment. And to rub onion in the wound, the idiot said his boss, Ajin Muhammad, I mean, who called him to tell him, hey, don't forget to say that stuff that I sponsored you and so on. You are now making a fool out of the American education system. You are saying that Ashudin paid for a whole fucking school to finish classes or finish their education in America, in Queens, New York, and you were one of the students, and you finished your schooling because of Ashudin's sponsorship, and you sound that fucking stupid? You try to put on, doggy, you try to put on a normal appearance. You try to sound normal, not like the lowlifes in Guyana. I tell you what, your fans like when you are yourself. Brawling, cussy, ignorant, stupid, foul mouth, street talking. They like that. If you had come on your stage with your so-called press conference, doggy, and speak the way you usually speak, you would not have been such an embarrassment. But you trying to look, PPP people. Let me tell you something. I do not have a membership card of the PPP. I don't need one. The whole world knows I stand with the PPP. I don't need a membership card. Like I said before, when the time comes, I would do what I have to do in the PPP government. But for now, I don't need that. But I'll say this. Persons associated at a certain level with the People's Progressive Party on social media, on any platform, are eloquent, well-spoken, intelligent, sophisticated. I'm one of them. The head of the PPP, Irfan Ali and Bar Jaglio, search CARICOM, search the whole of the Caribbean. Show me two leaders who are as sophisticated, well-spoken, intelligent, who can articulate, who think on their feet, who knows their subject before they present themselves, who hardly, I have never heard, and I have an analytical brain. I listen objectively, critically. I have never heard Barajaglio made grammatical error when he speaks. If he knows he's going to make one, he stops himself. Reverse. I've never heard Irfan Ali makes grammatical error. Never. I've heard Alan Nandalal on a few occasions. But those two kings, Ali and Jaglio, I've never heard them make grammatical error when making public speeches, even when they're trying to sound ghetto. Well spoken. Who taught them? Did they attend a special school for public speaking? Who taught them? Nobody. They were created with the very purpose that they're serving now. The universe built them, created them for the very thing they're doing right now. They were equipped, given all the necessary talent to bring out the leadership quality that they represent and they are exhibiting today. Look at fucking Win. The fact that Azruddin Mohammed was born into a middle class, upper class, whatever class, and he lived rich, and he had not taken advantage of the education that was afforded him. That all he did is show up at school and wait for the bell to ring just to return home to play with his toys. Doggy and Azruddin, quite a fucking team. Quite a team. This is what I talked about yesterday. When you see a certain woman, you can tell, oh, not my type. Because you know you. And you know what you stand for. You know what attracts you. Doggy and Azruddin, quite a couple. The two of them are the dumbest so-called politician I have ever come across. The stupidest, the dumbest. The only thing, and I'll be fair. I'll be fair with you. I'm not going to pretend. I need the money they have. Doggy is being funded by Mohammed, and he likes to push around lots of money, throw it in your face, because his boss is giving him that. So yes, I can do well with that amount of money, but not to do the stuff they're doing on social media, not to be, no. I would like to build an academy. I would like to build a home for children. I would like to do a lot of stuff. It takes money for that. I have my foundation. I have issues with. I would like to have access to those kinds of money because I need things. I have things that I'm doing. So that's what I envy Doggy, that his boss wastes all that kind of money on him. And the fact that the boss sponsored his education, and this is the results. At the press conference, the so-called staged, where two people showed up. And they were not journalists, they were not reporters. They just wrote the questions, okay, you can ask these two questions. And he's a performer. He acts. He acted as if they're a crowd, you guys, whatever it is. And before the very camera, lying to the people that they want to support them. The youth and the youth and the youth. And when I talk about association, this co-founder of WIN, who said that he was a very strong supporter of the PPP, and he was happy. He lived well. Imagine that. He was supporting the PPP. According to him, he was talking for the PPP, and he lived well. They took care of him. Imagine that. Here it is. This is what I have an issue with. Here it is. A lot of these people, they have another one there, what's his name, Kian Jabur, this fucking gay guy. A lot of these fellas, a lot of these people who are now cussing Jagdeo, plotting against Jagdeo, trying to push propaganda, fake news, and trying to, as they always do, target the character of Bharat Jagdeo. All of these people, every one of them, including the Melly Mells, the Mark Benchcocks, the Rick Borg, every one of them drank soup from the PPP. Every one of them. They ate, they drank, they were clothed, they were financed from the PPP. All of them. And you would think they'll be loyal. You would think they would stand firm. You would think the day would not come when they would be doing these things against the very party that showed them a home, showed them love, and took care of them. You would think they'll be different. But black is black. Black people are ungrateful either way. But the Indians who have ate and drank from the PPP, this Max guy and this Jabu guy and all the others, you would think they'll be loyal. Now they have an axe to grind. I'm going to put myself in that equation. And I'll say this again, like I've said before. While there are some of the PNC pundits on YouTube and TikTok who are alleging that I am being financed, ain't no way I can be so strong and passionately defending Jagdeo, defending this one, and if I'm not paid. They can't understand. They cannot understand. Because in their mind, if they were me, they'll make sure that I'm paid well. They would not do it for nothing. I'm addressing them. While Doggy talked and he acknowledged that he had all this fortune with the PPP, I am one individual. I, Dr. Love Prasad, Dr. Warner, Shorin Warner, I have never in my fucking life ever received one check or one donation from the PPP, as in the People's Progressive Party Civic. Never, not from the government, the PPP government, or the PPP party. I have never in my life. And I've been standing and supporting the PPP since the days of C.N. Sharma. Since then, throughout Jagdeo's presidency, throughout Ramatar, and now Ali. And none of those administration has ever reached out and say, we would like to because of you. No, never. It never happened. I'm saying it on live. There are a lot of PPP, Jagdeo watches my show. They all do. So I'm saying it never happened. But still, to this day, I'm saying to the Guyanese in the diaspora, I stand forever strong with the PPP because of one man, Chetty. I am a Jagganite. I don't need funding from the PPP. I don't need sponsorship from the PPP. I am a Jagganite for life. So at no time, like all the others, am I going to flip and then come back and cuss and say, oh, the PPP this, oh, the PPP that. Never. It won't happen. It never happened before. It will happen now. And I've had some real difficult times. I've had challenges in my life where I could have picked the phone up and called any of them and say, hey, I need your support. I never did it. Because the universe gave me talents that I can utilize to get myself out of any situation. And I've done that. So to hear idiots like Doggy betray the kindness that the PPP extended to him, and he acknowledged that he lived well with the PPP, talked for them, then made a 360 degrees turn for what? And his excuse was because when he visited Guyana, he saw the youth's problem. That's his base for betraying the party, the group of people that had his back. He's forgetting that his boss, Azruddin Mohammed's father, could have only been successful because of the PPP. The PPP didn't turn their backs on his crookish ways, but it's the PPP party, the government of the PPP, Chetty, Janet, Jagdeo, that has afforded opportunities to Azzuddin's father, Shell Mohammed. Not the PNC, the PPP. All them people who are cussing the PPP, like fucking Jabur and these, whoever key on this shit, every fucking one of them, their lives became livable. They got opportunities because the PPP existed. Those fucking ungrateful lowlifes. They think they can do better. So because the leadership of the PPP don't want to risk Guyana's future by recruiting these idiots, they have an axe to grind. They want to start their own party. They want to go with the coalition. They want to be anti-PPP. Why? Because the PPP party took a lot for granted. It's a party that trusts. It's a party that extend a helping hand. And they don't extend one hand and the other one there to receive. No. When the PPP is given, they give it both hands. And because they have done that, without the result that these people, these ungrateful people, would eventually be ungrateful, that was not the objective. The PNC does that. The PNC does on conditions. This is why they could not have done anything for Guyana in the 5 years they were there, because all their programs and policies were based on conditions. And all these people now, Doggy and the others, who are lying, plotting, disrespecting the sanctity of the People's Progressive Party, they were fucking rescued and fed and loved and given a home during 2015 and 2020. The PPP went and covered them, all the people who the PNC were discriminating against, punishing, all of them. It was Jagdeo, it was Ali, it was the PPP who went and faced the bullet, had their names smeared, had their character messy, because they went to the front for the Guyanese people. They went to the front. And to know that those same unfucking grateful Guyanese, that those men have sacrificed their security for, the PNC could have taken them out. They wanted to do that. This whole so-called plot about some assassin wanted to get Granger, I wanted to blame it on the PPP. Look, the PNC sought every possible means to ignite a civil war with the PPP during the election time. Every means possible. It was the universe, it was God who protected the PPP and the leadership of that party. It was God who did. Otherwise, we would have been living in dangerous times right now, and they're trying to bring it back. This embarrassment. This guy, I mean, what is this, a gimmick? Create this stage. Fucking press conference. This is what I have to do. Spend the time talking about the stupidity. Because GCOM, you allowed Win to be a part of this election. You broke the moral sanctity of the Guyanese electoral process, and you gave them fucking freedom to engage. Now this is what we have to deal with. The fucking boss is a lunatic and is imbecile. Press conference. And the stupid ass is going to ask the vice president, whoever this journalist is, I don't know what the fuck, why can't you, Vice President Jagdeo, you have a press office, right? You have a communications department for your office there. Can't you vet these people who claim to be journalists? Can't you investigate them, vet them before you allow them to come into your room? Because the dumbass questions that they ask you, I would have cussed them and chased them the fuck out. You are too humble for this job, man. What's wrong with you? You're getting cold on me, Jagdio. They ask you questions to make you look stupid. Imagine they ask you about the fucking press conference from Doggy. When there's no, they should have known that, hey, this is not a fucking press conference. If there were any good journalists, if there were any actual, they would have known that that's a staged nonsense. It was not. Doggy is an entertainer. He entertains. And coming to be trying to appear normal, he don't have what it takes to be normal. The guy's a lunatic. He needs fucking rehab from stupidity. They have to, you see, only the devil can deliver the devil. Yeah. So when it comes to Doggy, they have to beat him with an ugly stick. And when they finish on him, they have to get Norton. Only ugly can get rid of ugly. It's such an embarrassment. I mean, seriously. Who the fuck prays on this? Oh, shit, man. My gosh. It's funny, but I was really embarrassed. I was really embarrassed. I tell you, I'm like, man, why can Guyana be a real place? Why? Elections is serious business. And even after all of that, there are still stupid idiots, lowlife and scraps, who will go out and put their vote on those fools. There's still those fucking ghetto rats who will do it. Despite the fact that these idiots are making a mockery of the system. A mockery. Fellow Guyanese, all of that can end. All this embarrassment that we are subjected to, we're facing now, we can put an end to that. That can stop. It can cease to exist. Do you see how AFC and these other parties are dwindling? Do you see how they're going in time? They're getting less relevant, less relevant, less relevant. Eventually, they will cease to exist, and they all will have to go back to the PNC, where they belong, because the public are ignoring them. The public realize that they are just shameful, they are a disgrace, and they're ignoring them. People had enough of their lies, their division, their incitement for violence. People had enough of that. Guyanese don't want that anymore. Eventually, Guyana would be 80 or 90% PPP. All we would have is a one-party system, eventually. Before the next election, 2035, 2030, you may not have these other parties to deal with. The PPP, as the PPP, may have to elect the president. The election will have to be within the PPP. These other parties wouldn't exist because they're going in time. They're just disappearing. It is you, the people, that are reviving them, that are giving them life and momentum. Because with this freak show that is Doggy Guy staged as a press conference, if you had ignored it and not send it to me, the vice president would not have been molested with the stupid question about if he saw. Who the fuck is Doggy for you to ask the vice president a question about Doggy? While they may use the while the PPP may use the example that Doggy and the Win have abused women, it's good. It's a good point to make so that people understand what they are associating with. That's a good point to make. But to disrupt the man's flow and ask that dumbass question about fucking Doggy, who the fuck is Doggy? So you, the Guyanese people, you have to put these other parties in their place. September is just under 3 weeks. You have to go out and you have to say enough of the embarrassment, enough of the game shit, enough of the nonsense, enough of the humiliation. We want the rest of the world to respect whatever comes out of Guyana. We want the rest of the world to understand that great things and great people comes out of Guyana. We need that to happen. And for that to happen, the good people of Guyana need to go out and vote in your numbers, your hundreds of thousands, on the People's Progressive Party. You have a lot to lose if you only give one fucking vote to win. Because remember, when you vote for win, you are voting for the ghetto. All you upscale blacks who like to talk about, oh, I'm not like them, oh, I'm not like this, with all your fancy degrees. How can you justify voting for Norton? Look who are the candidates in the PNC. How can you be proud of being associated with them? Even so, how the fuck can you be proud of wearing a Win jersey or being associated with Win? Because when you are in a group, when you are in that group of Win, do you know who you stand with and amongst? Prostitutes, thugs, ex-convicts, thieves, criminals wanted by the police, vagabonds, dunces, roaches, disease-infested people. That's the group that you stand with when you go to the Win rallies. And there you are on social media. I'm black and proud. Yeah, you're fucking hypocrite. You're black and proud, but you are associating with those gangsters. Those gangsters. Shame on you. You don't even want to live in the same fucking street with Doggy and those people. But yet you're going to go vote for them? A lot of the black people in Guyana, they don't want you to know which neighborhood they live because they are embarrassed about it. They will call some fake suburb or something like that. But yet they're going to go vote for the PNC. Hypocrites. Hypocrites. Be honest unto yourself. Be true to thyself. You know you don't like those niggas. Don't pretend. I'm talking to you, black person. You know you don't like the fucking ghetto. You know you don't like Norton. You know you don't like those people. Because you would not hang around them. You would not invite them to your wedding, to your party. You wouldn't visit where they are. You know that. Be honest with yourself. Then why pretend? Why pretend? You know you love Jagdeo. You know you love the PPP. As a matter of fact, you know you love Indians. You know you love Indo-Guyanese. You do. You know that. I know that and you know that. Then why pretend? Why be a hypocrite? You don't want to be in association with those Negro thugs in the ghetto. You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that. Look at the churches you go. You go to the churches where the rich people go. You go to the churches where you have all those sophisticated, excellent achievers. You go to those churches. You don't want to go to the church in your village. No, because you want to be associated with success, with progress. You want to look good. Look at the shops you go and buy your things. You go to the mall. You go to where European brands and American brands because you want to be associated with a certain class of people. Then why the fuck are you pretending that you like the PNC or you like Win? You don't. You know you don't. Because behind closed door, you hate everything about them. You hate their lifestyle. You hate their immorality. You hate the crimes. You hate the way they behave. You hate all of that. So why can't you just be honest to yourself and say, you know what? I am PPP. I am black, but I'm PPP. Just be honest to yourself. Stop the hypocrisy. Stop the hypocrisy. Doggy and these other people are embarrassing you. They are embarrassing you because they're black just like you. You need to put a stop to it. Go out in September and vote in your masses for the PPP so that the PPP will have the largest majority in the parliament. Then they can pass laws to prevent this shit from happening again. Then they can stop the crime. Then they can do everything that has to be done to protect you, the Guyanese citizen. But stop with the pretense. You don't like them, and they don't like you. The only people that likes you are the Indo-Guyanese who don't want to fight with you. They want peace. And they like black people who work. The Indians like black people who try, who are making an effort, who are taking risk, taking chances. They like that. They support that. They would help you. As long as they see you trying, they're like, hey brother, what can I do for you? How can I help you? They will help you. They wouldn't sit back and watch you fail. They're gonna help you. It's the blacks who sit and watch you fail and plan for your failure and even help you to fail. Then why are you pretending that you like them? Ignore them and stand with a group that wants progress and success. Stand with them. Stop the embarrassment. It is shameful. Guyana can do better than that. Ignore the Win Party, ignore these doggy people, ignore all of these foul-mouthed word embarrassment, fucking 6-year-old brain. Ignore them. Don't share their stuff. Don't comment on their stuff. Don't download their stuff. And please don't send it to me. I have too much things to talk about the progress of the country, about what the government is doing, what the government plans to do. I need to keep your mind on the prize. The prize is 40 seats in the National Assembly. The prize is me being your Home Affairs Minister when the time comes. For that to happen, I have to keep your focus on the prize. The prize is the PPP continuing governance in Guyana. That is the prize. When you're distracted with all these nonsense, don't listen to these Burks, these bench cops. Don't listen to them. They're talking to the black people in the ghetto. That's them. That's their stuff. That's their stuff. I'm appealing to the Indo-Guyanese. Don't listen to these PNC pundits. Don't listen to them. Ignore them. Listen to what comes out of the PPP. Share that. Spread that message. Your country depends on it. Guyana deserves President Ali a second term. Guyana deserves President Jaglio to continue. Guyana deserves the PPP Civic to remain the permanent government in the unforeseeable future of Guyana. I cannot be any minister under no other government but the PPP Civic. So if you really like me and you love what I'm doing and you want to support what I'm doing, I'm asking you to stand, vote, go home and vote You already have your things arranged. You check your list. You got your ID card. Everything is there. Go vote. Go out and vote. Put your X on the cup. Please. And maybe in Ali's second term, maybe I'll pick up the phone and say, listen, President, listen. It's time somebody start writing me a check now. Maybe I'll do that then. But for now, maybe then I'll say, listen, President, I need some help. But I can't do it unless he's reelected. After he's reelected, I'll tell you. And I'll let you know what he says. But regardless of what he says, I'm flipping. I'll still be PPP. I'll still support my party. I will still stand with Jagan. I am still a Jaganite. Either way, I'm still a Jaganite. Forever. Fuck the PNC. Yeah? Okay. Enjoy your weekend. And to all the lovely people, you've seen the number there, my number on some of my videos. Contact me there if you want to make your love gift, your donation, your support. Contact me on that number. Send a text. What is the number? Yeah, it's on the videos. It's on some of the videos. You can check it there. You can get the number there. Save it in your phone. Make contact with me. But for now, please, the PNC and their pundits have nothing good to say than to disturb your peace, give you nightmare, and make you afraid. I'm telling you, Guyana is a beautiful place. We have a great president. We have a great party. And we will continue to onward and forward Guyana's greatness. 5 more years, President Ali. And 2030, it's PPPC again. I don't know who the candidate will be. I hope it's Ali again or Jagdeo. Change the laws. Let's get another Jagdeo presidency and another Ali presidency. Change it. Those two guys know what they're doing. Leave them there. Why change them? For what? They're doing a good job. Let Ali run again, then let Jagdeo, then Ali, and maybe at some point they'll give me a chance. Either way, long live the PPPC. Pray for our president. Pray for our vice president. They need your protection and your prayers. Jagdeo and Ali, pray for them both. Goodbye now.
Yes. Yeah.